What's up everybody, Brandon with Grizzly Works RC. This is going to be a short video going over the installation of the SCX24 frame trays that I have. It's going to be a place to mount your electronics or whatever else you need to mount inside there. Especially if you're running aftermarket electronics, it definitely gets some stuff out of the way for you, gives you an extra spot. They don't technically work as sliders, they're just meant for mounting electronics. So I'll go ahead and open this package up, and in this package you will get a left and a right tray. These are side specific. If you look at them on here, you see there's a little bit of an angle to the front there where the back is flat. Also you have a flat side and a side that has kind of all your support there and where your screws mount. The flat side is supposed to go up because that tucks the electronics up into the body. For some comps that's an issue. They have a rule that your electronics can't be showing from the outside of the truck, so that tucks them up into most of the bodies. These trays do fit on any SCX24 with the exception of the Power Wagon. They have their own specific tray because the body gets quite a bit narrower at the front, but basic installation's all the same. It's just a shape that fits the Power Wagon better. These will also fit most chassis that run a stock skid plate because it uses the skid plate screws to mount onto the frame. So most chassis will work with most aftermarket chassis will work with that as long as it's using a stock skid plate. Some of those chassis are coming with this, so it's not necessary, but other ones don't come with it, so it's nice to have this as an option. So let me get into the installation real quick here. The only tool you are going to need for this is your 1.3mm hex driver, and possibly, if you want to be able to mount your electronics, either some Velcro or some double-sided tape. The only screws that you have to remove on either side of the truck are the center two skid plate screws. The outer ones don't need to come off. There's actually, if you look, the holes all kind of line up with the screws there, so the big holes will line up with those outer screws so that you can take them on and off without having to remove this tray. And also that means you only have to take 2 screws off to put them onto the truck. The one with the angle going to the front and flat part up top. And I like to just put the screw on the driver there, run that through the actual tray, and then line the hole up and get that first screw in. The other screws will make sure that the tray is sitting in place properly. So when you go to put this other screw in here, it will line up perfectly. And then these screws sink in till they're almost flat with the inner side of the tray here. And same thing goes for this other side. And just like that, in about a minute you can have these trays installed, depending on how fast you want to work. And it just gives you some extra space to mount some stuff in there. And then when you close this body down, they will sit basically flat with the lower side of the body there. This Bronco, I do have the front raised up a little bit, so it sits a little bit higher or lower than the body line. But still tucked up in there enough that the electronics would be hidden in the body. On the Power Wagon, I have aftermarket electronics in here, so this is where these trays really come in handy. So you open this up, and it's kind of a mess of wires in there right now, so I haven't had time to get all those sorted. But it gives you a place to mount all your extra electronics, and you still have room in the back here, plus you can still get stuff mounted up front. So it's just a nice little feature to have in there. And then again, sits right up inside the body so that all your electronics are hidden in there. And then this one I have an Endura chassis on here. And you can see, it's the old version that are made out of resin. But they fit on here because of the stock skid plate. Super simple install, takes very little time at all, but gives you some extra mounting surface under the body. If you do have any questions about any of the parts or installation, please leave them down in the comments, or if you have a comment about the video, just leave it down there. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike and let me know why. It always helps me improve my videos when I get feedback on what's good and bad in them. All right, thanks for watching.